Seems like there's always a surprise behind every bolt. How they're all prep, getting ready to wash it down so I can sand it. Then this happened. Apparently, the catch nut that's back there is held on by these two holes right here. Guess they were welded in there. At some point they fell out, or yeah, at some point they fell out, and this is what was back there. This was on here, the pull going there, and the catch nut on the other side. So this was used as like a brace to pull it tight. That's why when I closed the door, it stopped like right here, like it went all the way in. It didn't go, the door wasn't flush with the quarter panel. It was like right here. This is what was behind there. So I plan on putting a piece in and welding it back in there. See how that works out. I'm cutting it right above this curve because I don't mind trying to weld something, but when angles and turns come into play, I won't be able to get it back right. I'm not at that level yet. So that's just where it was started breaking flat. Also right here. I also have like a little curve on the end here, because I would like to bring this cut wider this way. So it would be another crack. Curves right up here also. Right in here. I couldn't make it any wider. So I'm gonna cut it out. Guess I'll go on that. Well, I shouldn't have to go measure where the door pin on that side. As long as I can transfer these holes correctly on the piece I'm putting back in, that means that capture nut will be in its original position, technically speaking. Then I'll still have, because the way I think things like the way it moves, you can move it here. You can move it to where it got to be to make the door close as good as you want it, for lack of a better term. So you move it, tighten it up, close the door, see how it fits. It don't fit good, you adjust it in or up or down, and then try it again and keep on trying until you get it right. That's my opinion, of course. That's from what I think I'm understanding. Provided I am able to cut this out and weld it in semi good, all right. So two things happened. When I was cutting it, I discovered that the bit on the grinder was too big. Cut all the way to this end without cutting into here. So I think that's an easy fix. I just brought out the miracle worker there. Put a metal blade on it. And then the other thing is the rust that was here or holding hands couldn't take the heat or the vibration, and they just decided to part ways and let go. So I lost my hole. Like I know where I was gonna put it, so I can make sure the catch nut end up in the right spot. So hopefully when I put the jigsaw on it, I don't shake this other one apart. And this metal is thin, man. I don't have anything. Everything I have is thick. Well, as long as it's flush in front here, who cares what's going on behind? At least I'm trying to fix it. I didn't put it back the way I found it. Yeah, that's gotta be like, unless like the rust, because the rust got thin, or it's like 22 gauge. It's just probably gonna warp when I'm putting it in. Hope that don't mess with me closing the door. I'll just, I'll just tack it, cool it off, and tack it, and so on and so forth. Then I cut this a little bit lower than I wanted to. I couldn't see too good. I'm like right in that hump. Hopefully the grinder don't vibrate too much and this get all bent out of shape. So we end up with, I almost cut this a circle like it was here. Something told me to go on and check the other side. And it's just a 3/4 square that's on the other side. I think it's original. I hope it is. It makes sense because this don't only move so much. The capture nut. So I will weld it in right here. Then I'll drop the nut in the back and just tack it. What's that term called again? Forget what it's called. But yeah. And that's the only place I saw it was connected. So I'll just have to make sure this hole stays lubed up so it won't be so hard to turn. Well, I should never have to mess with it for a long time anyway, but so this joint won't break again. Maybe it was the rust that broke it anyway. So my square is where my square's at right now is on like a 1/16 off from the way it is over on the other side. Maybe like 3/16. Yeah. I think it should be okay. I think it's better than it was before. So guess I gotta find a ground. Start tacking it in. This is the ugly part of it so far. I was trying to stitch weld it because I was rushing. And I started to just do, yeah. And after every weld I made, I would I'd cool it down. Then I didn't have any more blows after that. So I'm going to grind it down what I have now, and attempt to fill those blowouts after I get everything semi-even. Gotta grind it down. I hate to put body filler at the one place where there's gonna be the most force on one particular spot every day. But the metal is thin and I don't want to keep grinding it down. It's gonna take away from its rigidity. Plus I think that's the extent of my talents with the welder. So next I just gotta drop this in here, turn it around, bring it to those two holes and put a plug weld in there. Maybe I should make those holes a bit bigger. I think a plug weld should be at least 3/8. I'll open one up. I'll open up this one right here. I think I'm gonna call it quits there. I mean, I'll grind down these plug welds. I think a lot of body filler's gonna end up having to go there. And I dropped my file down in there. Get it out later. I think it should be okay the way I can get the door jammed, the door to close right. So that's not what I was planning on doing today. It took up all my day. I think I was on that for a good 3 hours. Yeah, I think it'll work. This is what it looks like before I put the prime on it. I'm getting ready to put the epoxy prime on the bare metal. It's 2K primer right here. So I'm gonna, I don't have a lot of room in here, so I'm working on the doors. I'm gonna get them set, put them on, then I'll bring the front fenders back in. This door is pretty much no good, really. I put a body filler, long strand body filler over the rust. Well, it wasn't rusty anymore. I put this rust cut on it. I stopped the rust completely. Then I put the body filler on it. This one was a little bit better, but It had a hole, just I think it's like maybe ½ inch rusted straight through on this side. So hopefully they last for a while while I look for some doors. This was rusty in here too. That rust cutter works pretty good. I'll probably be able to prime it tomorrow. So I think this epoxy could only be on for so long before I have to scuff it up again to put primer on, and I don't want to go through that.